My story starts October 18th, 2008. I was 5 years old. I was living in Hermiston, Oregon with my mom, and she was engaged to Fred Young Jr. My mom's name is Shelly Sawyer. On the 18th, my mom and Fred and two of our really close friends, Jesse Klein and Will Johnson, went to a church dance. They probably left around noon that day because they were driving to La Grande, Oregon. I was staying with Fred's parents sometime just after midnight. They were coming down what's called Cabbage Patch Hill, or Cabbage Hill, off of I-84 and just coming into Pendleton, Oregon. It's a really windy road, and it's just coming down the hill, and you can kind of see Pendleton on some of the curves. And they were about halfway down, and they pulled over. We're not sure why. We think switch drivers or take a nap since it was so late at night, and they were, up all day having fun, just doing what they wanted to. And they were as far over as they could be without being like in the mountain or on the side of the mountain. They were hit by a man who was coming from Utah. He was going probably 80, 90 miles an hour down the hill, and he hit them so hard that their car rolled across the road and moved about 20 feet forward, so down the hill, and they were just on the side of the mountain, 5 to 10 feet from the cliff. And when police got there, their car was so smashed it doesn't look recognizable. There is a witness statement that said that he had gotten out and he was acting like they were in the middle of the road. He had no idea that they were on the side of the road. He thought they just randomly stopped on the middle of the highway, and he yelled that that's what they get for stopping in the middle of the road. They found receipts all the way back from when he was in Utah, all the way up till then, from gas stations and truck stops, just alcohol. And he had coolers full of alcohol and boxes of alcohol and an open alcohol in the front seat. And he refused to let them take his blood alcohol level. And so they finally were able to get a warrant for it. And 2 hours after the accident, it was .217. He killed all 4 people at once. When police got there, they were all gone already. My mom was a single mom. She was going to nursing school. She wanted to be a nurse. And I just remember waking up and hearing the TV going at like 1 o'clock in the morning, and my grandma crying. I could hear her crying, kind of like that, that mom like cry or scream when like you just know that something happened to her child or someone that she loved. It was just that like gut-wrenching cry that I heard from her, and that's what I woke up to. I remember his youngest sister having to tell me what had happened, and you could just tell that it was heartbreaking just to tell me that my mom and my stepdad were killed, and that 2 friends that I really cared about were gone. My mom and Fred were supposed to get married 6 weeks after the accident, December 12th, and they never got to do that. I still consider them, they're married, they're together forever now. They were young. My mom was 29, my dad was 30, and Jesse and Will were, I think, 27 and 28. They never got to see the rest of their life. They never got to see their family grow up, or their kids grow up. I mean, it's been 14 years since the accident, and there's just so much that they've missed that they should have been able to do. But because that one man decided to do something stupid, he took 4 lives at once and affected a lot of people. He currently is serving 48 years and a few months. He got just under what the judge could give him, so that he can't make an appeal. Fred, from what I remember, he was really good with kids. And the one thing that I definitely regret not doing when I had the chance was calling him Dad, because that was one of the biggest things that I know he wanted, because I could hear him, talking to Mom about it sometimes, like, I can't wait to be her dad, or I can't wait to do this with her, I can't wait to do that with her. One less story of loss like mine. Remember me before thinking of driving impaired.